It is no longer news that agriculture has continued to dominate the economic activities in Nigeria, especially at a time when the present administration is trying so hard to move the economy from crude oil based. The gross domestic product indices has also shown that agricultural activities now hold the pole position of Nigeria's economy. However, agricultural activities have transformed from the traditional form of farming to mechanization through improved seeds and technological upgrades that emanate from various researches in different agricultural research institutes in Nigeria. This brings us to our focus for today on the program Agric Economy, which is the role of agricultural institutions to national economy. I'm your host, Amin Khadija Oluwatoyin. Stay tuned. It's still the program Agric Economy. Some head of agricultural institutions who gather in Abuja for a one-day retreat to brainstorm and propose solutions to the problems facing the sector and see how agricultural policies can be followed to the letter are of the belief that research institutes has more benefits on the national development. Let's listen to them.
When policies are rolled out, there are people that pilot the policies. We are the prime mover in the sense that everything that has to do with agricultural policy in Nigeria rested on Agric Research Council. And then we are the foot soldiers in Agric Research Council. I mean all the research institutions and College of Agriculture. When researches are carried out by the research institutes, our products at the college are the extension agents that will carry the message back to the farmers wherever they are residing. So the essence of today's retreat is for us to work together, have a collaboration, synergize our opinions, and try to see how we can move ahead or move forward agricultural research system in Nigeria. So during the technical sections, we are going to have a lot of talks, discussions, deliberations, which will form our communique. And then it will form as a kind of a benchmark for our honorable ministers, the ES Agric Research Council, on the way forward for agricultural system in Nigeria.
Honorable Solomon Mariam, a member House Committee on Agriculture, also believes that if all institutions collaborate well, the research results will go a long way in improving the nation's agricultural sector. He affirmed that the Nigerians' lower parliament, the House of Representatives in his vein, brought out the act to compel all synergies for better results.
Well, I think we have been running most of these research institutes as a monolithic, individual and self-developing institutes. It's high time that we come together and see how our researches will correlate. When you're talking of agri, you're talking of cultivation, you're talking of planting, you're talking of how you nurse the plant, you're talking of output in terms of harvest, or you're talking of how you raise varieties of plants, how you raise varieties of seeds, how you raise even breeds of animals that we try to grow. And in this, we cannot have 18 research institutes and say they are independent of each other. There is no way. If you do that, it means that one will be working at the beginning, the other one is working from the end. So the middle is empty, and so there will be no meeting point, no synergy. So I think this meeting is going to bring in more synergy, is going to bring in more of collaborative research, is going to bring in a more result-oriented research in such a manner that it is going to be effective in transforming the economic situation of our country, looking at what we are going through, looking at what is happening even around the climate change and how the world wants to go green and the rest of them. And the high time we begin to develop our green sector, which is agriculture, so that it will replace the oil and gas sector. Then we will be left behind, and at the end of the day, we will have crude oil, we will have no market to sell. So this retreat is capable of bringing heads together, synergizing heads together, and also bringing forth a result-oriented research that is going to be beneficial to the Nigerian people. The parliament is a law-making organ of the government, and what we have tried to do is, you can see the brand new ARCN Act. This is the act that is able to bring these people together. This is the work of the parliament. If the parliament had not been able to work and bring this act into place, coming together like this would have been very difficult. Because at the time, I remember very well when we started in 2015, in trying to bring ARCN to take charge of the supervisory role of these researches in institutions became very difficult. And so we had no option than to bring up a law, which is the repeal the act and bring out a new act that will compel all the research institutes to report to somebody, and that is going to be ARCN. So the National Assembly has been able to successfully bring that law into action, and that is why you can see that there's synergy today. And the National Assembly is also here to make sure that, well, what are the ills of this law? Because when you pass a law, there can never be a perfect law. So we're still looking at this law again. Are there areas in this law that are also challenging? Are there areas in this law that are also making it difficult for operation? Are there areas in this law that are also maybe in conflict with some other existing laws? Then what do we do with it? Then the National Assembly will also go ahead to see how we will do the necessary amendments so that the law will be straightforward. It will run in accordance to other acts that exist in the nation. So I think this is the role that the National Assembly is playing. And apart from oversight that we give to ensure that these people actually carry out their mandates effectively.
Interagency collaboration was another factor towards integrating researches for national development. Honorable Odebumi opined that resolutions from the retreat should be adopted if the nation hopes to develop agriculture in Nigeria. Let's hear from him.
One of the critical things that's supposed to adopt is exactly what is going on here. Converge together, coming together with critical stakeholders to discuss about the real challenges, the real focus for the agricultural development of this nation. And it should be part, whatever come out of their resolution today, should be part of the agenda, should be part of the policy of the nations. And there should be a way that the permanent secretaries, the leadership, should buy into their resolutions. And when need be, the National Assembly also should be involved. Because whatever comes out of this is going to be an ingredient to develop agriculture in this nation. Nigeria, even not Nigeria, the world is facing a lot of challenges as regards the economic in this nation, in the whole world. And we are thinking of diversifying the economy. No doubt about it, we are looking towards agriculture. But I can tell you, these are the key people. If we are thinking of anything that we want to thinking of diversifying agriculture, the research is very, very key. But there is a lot of challenges facing the research. In fact, funding for the research didn't supposed to be a kind of a yearly funding, because a research takes like at times the minimum years about 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. So if you base the funding of research based on the national budget of yearly budget, that means you can go anywhere. So there's a suggestion there today that they should seek the amendment of the act, giving the grants to whatever research institute, whatever fund that is given to them as a research should be grants that can be accessed anytime. An intervention fund should be set aside for the research of this nation, because it's only based on research any development can be achieved.
Agricultural colleges in Nigeria have decided to adopt strategies to improve research in their respective domain. Provost, Federal College of Agric Produce, Kano, Dr. Mohammed Shewugari, also believes by more funding of research institutes and the integration of research councils into TED Fund, it will help the sector move better.
The retreat came at the right time when the ARC reform is taking place. It engenders us as the colleges and research institute to do our best to disseminate the necessary information to farmers and other stakeholders. The retreat will give us more way for understanding our shortcomings and try and find ways of solving them. And it has come at a time when the government is doing everything possible to move the sector forward. Nigeria has vast of arable lands with all the necessary things to move the sector forward and produce more food. We are still facing some challenges: the climate change, the diseases, and the migration of the youth from the rural areas to the cities for white-collar jobs. These have been the major problems. But this could also be tackled by making agriculture more easier and more lucrative, by more funding research institutes, the colleges, particularly the integration of the colleges of agriculture into TED Fund. That would have solved most of our problems of infrastructure, as well as other problems we are facing in the development of our colleges.
The Chief Executive, Agriculture and Rural Management Institute Ilorin, Dr. Olufemi Oladunni, and the National Center for Agriculture Recognition, Ilorin Engineer Dr. M.Y. Kasali, also bear their minds at the event.
This is a very novel idea in the sense that we are bringing in all the chief executives. We are talking of those who we work with, those who have similar mandates, so that we can unify them and achieve the same goal, the unique goal of food security in Nigeria. You see, we have to begin to synergize ourselves. We have to begin to harmonize all the programs within the agricultural research system so that we'll be able to achieve one goal. And that is, if you listen to what is being said, everybody must work together to a singular goal. Until we begin to do that, individual efforts without harmonization may not work for the entire food security of the nation.
This retreat will bring about a synergy between the research institutions. It will, in such a way, to increase productivity and help to secure food security for the country, as the administration is focusing on how to secure the food for the country, how we can be able to feed ourselves and be able to even export.
With the numerous problems the world is facing today, ranging from climate change, nations are beginning to diversify to agriculture so as to meet needs of its citizens. Speakers have, however, called for special funding as one of the means to better achieve accuracy in the agricultural research system in Nigeria. This is where we draw the curtain on the program today, Agric Economy. I still remain your host, Amin Khadija Oluwatoyin. Don't forget to stay tuned to the station. Bye for now.